Hi everybody, I want to take an opportunity now to have another look at ATER. So, what have we seen with ATER today? What are we seeing in the wider markets and all that sort of stuff is coming up in this video, as you guys will know by now. So yeah, we're going to be looking at all of that. We're doing a technical analysis, and then I'm also going to be sharing a few of my opinions at the end in a bit more detail, so do make sure to stay tuned for that. Of course, it is important to note that this is not financial advice, it's just my personal opinion, and I definitely think that you guys should be informed of the risks when investing in any of these quote-unquote short squeeze stocks, because I do think that they carry extra risk, and I know that I say it at the start of every single video, but I want you guys to be extremely informed before making any decisions. But now I've said that, let us just jump into the video. But can I also ask you guys to subscribe to this channel as well? Of course, it's completely free to do so. Just press the button down below and it would go a long way in supporting this channel as well. So yeah, we're going to jump in quickly and we're going to look on the more simple charts just to start us off with, so it's easy for everybody to understand that we can see a few things, but first I want to look at the wider markets as a whole. Now I'm going to be doing this in a bit more detail later in some YouTube shorts, but first things first, we can see down here on the Dow Jones, for example, we're falling by about 1%, which really is quite a big drop for this index. Coming over to what we are seeing in a lot of our other favourite stocks, a lot of these are falling as well. So we can see the likes of ATER here, which is what we are looking at, is down. BBIG, which we just looked at a few moments ago, is down. NE is down as well. We are seeing AMC fall too, and MRIN and Lucid are both down. So really what I'm trying to say in this video is that yes, ATER is down by about 9%, but looking across the wider markets, and especially this quote-unquote meme stock sector as it is called, we can see that actually MRIN down by about 8%, and even AMC down by about 4% right now. So yeah, things are unfortunately falling a bit lower, especially for stocks which people are kind of, speculating on, these quote-unquote meme stocks. As I said, I don't really like to use that term, that's why I said quote-unquote, but that's just what people do refer to them as, so there we go. But let's look specifically now at ATER. I just wanted to highlight the fact that yes, this stock is down by a bit, to be fair, but it really is not too much of an outlier when we look at the general sector, when it comes to these speculative stocks. Anyway, on the 1 day for the simples, we can see that we are falling in the morning. This is from 9:30 up until lows down here at a point of about 10:42. Now from there, we actually were flat for the majority of the day, even coming up to now. We had some volatility taking us to highs of the day up here, which were just above $10.21. So we can see, yeah, we have seen big highs today, but obviously from there, we just shot back down to a level where we were before, and we can basically draw a straight line from where we were this point here at about 12 o'clock all the way to where we are right now. Now again, we've seen a bit of a low just a few moments ago, and this was actually the low of the day so far, I do believe. This took us to 9.42. Now fortunately we have bounced off that, which is really good, and like I said, we do appear to be remaining stable above the 9.50 mark, perhaps dipping down to the 9.40s now and again, but really we do appear, you can see, to be finding a level where we are quite comfortable in the 9.50s, and I do hope that does continue to be the case for the rest of the day. I'll talk about this in a bit more detail in just a few moments. On the 5-day chart, a few things are apparent as well. Unfortunately, we are falling in the past week. Now, lows of the week were on last Thursday, which is similar to BBIG actually. These lows you can see were at 9.34. And from there, we have gone up a little bit, but obviously not too much. We had a bit of upwards motion in that time, but clearly we've leveled out a bit since then, with a sell-off coming from late Friday into Monday. The month chart isn't looking too bad either. We are still up in the month. If you'd have bought this one on the 7th of September and held till now, you would have made a profit of about $2 or so. So, there is still some money for people who bought in at that point. But really, if you'd have bought in at the highs either here or here, you can see you would actually be down by a really big amount in the wider picture. So let's talk about ATER and why this is happening and what I would personally expect next. We'll do that just after we look at the technical indicators, and we'll start for this on the 1 day. We're seeing a moving average figure of 958. That's slightly higher than where we are right now. Again, it's kind of catching up right now as we are seeing this motion on the stock right now, but it is a little bit higher, not really anything to be concerned about in my opinion. RSI is only 8 points away from being neutral, sat at 42 currently. We can see the MACD down here is looking a little bit negative, but it could be potentially coming up on the 1 day chart right there. Again, 1 day data, I don't really think it plays too much significance into stocks like this, unless you are trading them of course, but yeah. on the 5-day chart, we can see the moving average just a little bit higher than where we are right now. We can see that purple tab sticking out over the top here. We are sat again actually on a RSI figure of 42, which again, like I said just a few seconds ago, nothing to be worried about in my personal opinion. And we can see a almost flat trend appearing now on the MACD, but it does appear to be becoming ever so slightly bearish on the more recent side. And on the 1 month picture, which gives us the more inclusive data, we can see a few things right off the bat. So we're currently starting a moving average figure of 832. This is a 50-day moving average, so yeah, it's nowhere near where we are right now, but that is to be expected. We are seeing a volume today of about 11.39 million, which isn't too bad. If we look at the volume that we saw on Friday for a figure for that, we can see on Friday we had 20.5 million. Again, this definitely isn't finished for the day yet, and it definitely is just coming from Yahoo Finance, so it's not necessarily the most accurate source, but that's just the figures that they are giving us right now. We are sat on our RSI figure of 48, which is fine. Again, only 2 points away from being neutral. We can see on the MACD, we're sat actually looking a little bit bearish at the moment. We are seen a few of these red candles emerge from the bottoms out here, and clearly these lines are flipping over when it comes to the MACD, so things really could be turning negative on the technical indicators. And again, technical indicators definitely do not tell us the whole picture. I'm just going off what I can see from these. But let's talk now about what I'm expecting for ATER going forwards, where I would like to see this one sit, where I think would be a comfortable price for this, and what I really think could happen for the stock in the future. So what I'm going to focus on with the stock is the mid-term. Again, short-term, we definitely could see some moves upwards. However, I wouldn't be, guaranteeing that. I think if we are even going to see any moves upwards, which by the way is not guaranteed, but I think if we are going to see that, it probably is going to be in the mid-term. As we have seen with these quote-unquote short squeeze stocks in the past, look at AMC down here. The community for AMC definitely has not gone away, but the price of AMC has been falling now for weeks, if not months. So, the shorts are obviously going to drag this one out for as long as possible. But what I always say with these stocks is, they were initially spiked up by the retail interest, so interest from retail investors being quite high. Can we see that continue? If the answer is yes, I don't see any reason why the stock cannot see bigger pushes upwards. Again, whether it will hit the highs or not is questionable, but I definitely think it can see moves upwards if we can have sustained retail interest. We'll take a bit of a look at retail interest in a future video, perhaps tomorrow by the way, but yeah, I think it is still something that we are seeing in a relatively high amount. If we go over to Twitter, for example, we can see quite a few posts about ATER just by searching in the term and how many tweets have been posted about it. You can see the numbers are still relatively high at 540 tweets in the last hour. So again, the data looks good, the retail interest looks good. Can we have that sustain if we do see more and more drops? I'm not sure. I do hope it is the case for the sake of, the potential of a short squeeze, but it's very hard to predict with retail and these specific stocks. For example, with AMC and GME, the communities over there have proven themselves when it comes to these stocks and the fact that they are loyal to them. With, companies like ATER, BBIG, we are still seeing a lot of interest in them, but unfortunately we see, for example, BBIG spike, then for example we might see ATER spike, then for example we might see MRIN spike. Again, I'm just picking random, assets here, but we can see once one of these spikes, people generally speaking tend to jump over to the next one, and then to the next one. But what people actually miss out is the short data. So, we're basically jumping for small profits rather than waiting it out on one particular stock for the potential of bigger profits. And that's completely fine, but I definitely think, from a sensible standpoint, it does kind of limit our chances of seeing a short squeeze, because one integral part of seeing a short squeeze is to have the interest from people who are going long on the stock as well and putting that pressure on the shorts. So that's just something to think about. I do say it all the time because it is simple, easy to understand, and basically true. Can we have that interest sustained? We'll just have to wait and see. Now, when it comes to price for this stock, what we're seeing in the past few days, like I said, it does appear to be dropping a little bit lower than what we would have expected. I'm going to go over to the simple charts here so it's easy for everybody to understand. The 1 month chart now, we've hit highs up here and now we appear to be falling, unfortunately. And a lot of people who bought in here are probably down by a bit of money. A lot of people are also thinking, is now the perfect time to buy into ATER or not? I want to give a few of my opinions on that. Now, when it comes to stocks in general, yes, I'm happy with holding a few short squeeze stocks in my personal portfolio, but one thing that I always say is with these stocks especially, I do personally like to urge on the side of caution. So would I buy this stock right now? Personally, I would not buy this stock right now. There's a simple reason for that. Again, if I like the stock, I potentially would buy it in the future. But the reason why I would not buy this one as of current, in my opinion, is because, whilst we do appear to potentially be finding a level where we are comfortable at the moment, it is definitely possible that we could drop a little bit lower. You can see down here, we've dropped lower than this before. This was the 940s. Even down here, we have dropped down to the 920s before, so it is possible that we could be dropping to the mid to low $9 range, maybe even lower than that. And again, I hope that is not the case. I hope that we do see some upwards momentum. But personally for me, I would even be willing to miss out on a small profit, to have that security of the price potentially going up, rather than, buying in at a point and then the price dropping a bit further. So I would wait and see what happens with the stock before I was to personally buy it, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice, just what I would personally do. But of course, if you do want to hear my opinions going forwards, I will be talking about ATER almost every single day, almost every single weekday for sure, and probably on the weekends as well now, so make sure to subscribe and join us for that, if it is something that you want to hear. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon, guys. Goodbye. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching. See you soon.